Quite recently, a client contacted me and they were like, they would love to know if I could create a 3D model for a logo that they wanted to use for a YouTube channel. They wanted the logo to be a robot, but then it should look very similar to one of the Transformers. And as I heard that, I was like, wow, that's a very, very good idea. And it was a challenge for me. It was something I would love to do. And I was like, all right, let's see how we're going to get it done. And you see, the thing is that they really needed it very fast. So it was something I had to find out the quickest way that I could get that thing done. And thank God we're in the age of abundance, where you can use artificial intelligence to generate virtually anything that you can creatively imagine. Boom, I went straight into Stable Diffusion. What's the Stable Diffusion? Yes, and from Stable Diffusion, I was able to generate a couple of samples, which I'm going to show you on screen now. Those samples were the samples I used as my reference to be able to guide me through the modeling stage of the logo, the character. And see, it was easy for them to just use the reference, but they wanted it to be a 3D character. So because they wanted the 3D character, the 3D transformer head to be able to move in certain ways and to be able to say certain things and have some animations and all that. So that's the reason why we had to have it as a 3D model. Anyway, let's dive in and see how that was created. So right here, I'm pulling up a list of all the references I was able to get using the AI technology. You know, what I did was I just gave it a prompt telling it I wanted it to create a logo for a client, and then the logo should look like one of the Transformers, and it came up with something like this. All right, so this was like the first example that he gave me. I really liked the way it looked like, but come to think about it, it looked very, very simple, but it was an idea that can be developed. That's one thing I love artificial intelligence for. So I asked it to develop it a bit more, and it kept giving me different ideas. Now, eventually I came up, I really liked the way this particular one looked like, this one. So this was the one I went with. This was one I said, okay, good, I'll use this as my reference to be able to guide me through the modeling stage. And from there, the next thing I had to do was jump into Maya and see how I could go about doing the modeling. So we're gonna go into Maya. I'll show you how I've already finished modeling it already. I've done the texture and I've done the render. That's the reason why you can actually see this finished product here. But I'll just take you through a brief breakdown of how I was able to achieve that. So we're gonna go into Maya and see how that was done. Alright, so in Maya, basically what I did to start with was this. I'll do a short, this is what it looks like in Maya. This is the completed model. So this is what it looks like with the lights and everything. Let me do a quick render too so you can see. Right here in Arnold. So whoa, I really love the way it came out eventually. I'll let you just render for a second so we'll see what the finished product will look like. And I'll show you one or two things that I did to get to this point. And while we wait for this thing to render, if you are you stumbled upon this my channel by chance, or you are new to this my channel, you're welcome. This is the home where we dive into creative vibes. Anything that is on the creative side, you are in the right place. So you can hit the like button and also subscribe so you get notified whenever we post. So I'm going to pause this quick. I'm going to stop this quickly, and so we discuss the process at which I was able to achieve this. The first thing I did was to bring the reference image here into Maya. So this is the reference image I used. 3D modeling. I just looked at it and I said, all right, what are the key features that I can see here? This thing looks like a Y, and I created the skull first. Let me bring it out so you see. Because the skull was basically what was going to house the whole image. So let me do this so that it can easily be seen. You can see easily. So I just created like something that's going to be like the base, the foundation. Yes, let's use that word, the foundation for the model, for the skull. So it didn't have to look really perfect, but I mean, it was a reference that I could actually build other things upon. So that was the first part I modeled. And how I achieved this was just using a cube. Created a simple cube. Then I subdivided it into different parts. So I can say with this, I can say, let's say 4. Okay, and then I just started moving the vertices into shape till I was able to get the shape of the skull just the way I would like it to look like. And from there, it progressed until it became the skull that I used as my base. The next thing I built was the horn, the masked part of it, which is pretty easy because there's this tool in Maya where, for instance, I want to build something on this base. Now all I need to do is take this base and tell the computer that I want it to be used as a live reference kind of. So then with our quad draw tool from here, you select the quad draw tool, I can actually create new geometry. So for instance, I want to create just like a ring around the eye. It's straightforward. I could just do this and I can go round and round till I get to the point where I started. Now I'm just doing this to demonstrate the process, because like if you have to do it yourself, you have to really take time, and make sure that it looks good and it looks right. This is just for the tutorial purposes. So after that is done, the next thing I'll do is I'll extrude it. I'll select it and then hit the extrude, and then we have a shape that we can further edit and tweak and mold and sculpt just to get what we want. So that's basically how I was able to create all the parts for the robot head. So I'm going to show you, we're going to be going through a short clip. I'm going to speed it up, but that will show you the process of my doing the UVs and then the texturing and everything, and why I decided to come back to do the texturing in Maya instead of doing it in other softwares, because I took it out to a software called 3D Coats just to do the texturing, and I loved what it looked like, but later I decided no, because of what the client actually specified, it would have been easier and better for me to just do the texturing and rendering in Maya. So that's what I did, but I still had to use the normal map from the texturing app that I use the normal map on the 3D character as well. That's why it gives it the bumpiness that you see. All right, so with that said, let's go into let's go and see what the edit looks like for the process of adding the texture and then getting it to look like this. I'm quite aware that in this video I speak very, very fast, so I would love you guys to forgive me for that if you were not able to hear everything I had to say. It was mainly because I'm still new to this whole YouTube thing. Not like I'm new, but yeah, this is my time. This is the time I've decided to focus on trying to build my brand. So I'm still learning what exactly to do and what not to do. So that's that. I felt I had to explain why I speak very fast. So here we are in 3D Coats. It's a software designed for texturing, and it can do a lot of things, but it's a fantastic software. It's my go-to software for texturing. I'll advise you guys to check it out. But yeah, with this one now in the bag, there are so many more tutorials coming from this channel. I wish to express myself on this channel to the fullest extent, based on the knowledge that I was able to acquire for the past 18 years of doing this. Anyway, thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, share, and have a wonderful one. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of things on this channel. So yeah, if this is the kind of thing you like, you're welcome. Join the family. Once again, my name is Ade Kingston, but you can call me Cake. Have a wonderful one.